in mud, especially to start the game, and that's not taking anything away from Cleveland. Cleveland came in and did a heck of a job today. They were well coached. They're a good team, well coached team. Kenny Atkinson has done a fabulous job with those guys, and you got a lot of good young stars on their team. But our guys, throughout the course of the game, had plenty of opportunities to say, hey, you know what, 12 o'clock game. We've been through this, been through that, and we'll just cash it in and get the next one. But there was a lot of fight in our guys, and our guys just found a way to get a win. And that's what you need throughout a long season. After the Minnesota game, we had great conversations within the group, and one of the things that Josh said was, hey, young guys coming off the bench, if we as starters don't have it going, you guys got to try to uplift us too. You guys got to hold us accountable too. And when you get your opportunity, be aggressive. And our bench was fantastic. Our bench basically won the game for us. They put us in position down the stretch, so a guy like Jalen, who again is the MVP or one of the front runners for MVP in this league, so a guy like him can go show everybody why he is that. Mitch was fantastic. We had 4 sprays in the first half, which is not good because we want to get 18 to 20 a game. In the second half, we had 12 sprays, where the ball touches the paint and we find guys on the perimeter for catch and shoot shots. And Mitch attributed to 6 of them off of offensive rebounds. He offensive rebounded the ball, and then he sprayed the ball, and we got great looks from it. So Mitch was fantastic on the offensive glass, and he was fantastic defensively in that second half, especially during that run. Tyler obviously hit some big shots for us. But not only that, he was great defensively, especially down the stretch. He had to match up with Garland, and Garland was having a really good game, and Tyler was really solid defensively. He also had to match up with Sam Merrill, who they set a lot of screens for. And then Jordan Clarkson. The times that we were dead in the water, especially early in the game, he was the one guy that was keeping us in it. First with his offense, he was really good for us offensively, and then defensively, he was good too. And then we got contributions here and there throughout the course of the game. Our defensive player of the game was Mikal. His physicality without fouling was phenomenal. He was really good on the ball, and we needed every ounce of his physicality tonight. And then obviously Cat with a double-double was really big for us.
To not have Deuce and Landry, but to get this level of production from your bench, is it buy-in? Is it everyone just understanding their roles? What do you attribute to the success of your second unit to?
Everybody understands, first of all, what our standard is. And it's, I've said it before, it's about sacrifice. And if your number's called, like Cat set most of the fourth. And he was still into the game. You could tell because he had the biggest offensive rebound during the game. So he was into it mentally, understanding that, hey, Mitch is out there balling. I'm going to sit here and cheer my teammates on, and when I'm ready, when my number's called, I'm going to be ready to go. It's about connectivity. Our group is extremely connected. It's about a competitive spirit. And, again, handful of times when we could throw the towel in and our guys didn't. And then it's a belief about the process, but more importantly, each other. Everybody believes in each other no matter who's out on the floor. And when you feel that type of belief from your teammates, from your peers, man, the sky's the limit because guys in the NBA are talented.
Mike, you guys have had a lot of resilient moments lately. Times where you're down double digits and you end up coming back. In those moments when you're down double digits, what do you guys like? What do you like in a huddle? What are you talking about? Talk about like showing a fight. Like what is it that's showing a fight there?
It depends. As a head coach, in just anybody in life that is quote unquote the leader or quote unquote somebody in charge, you don't want to yell all the time. You have moments where you can, and for me today wasn't that moment. My whole thing. I I knew we were capable of playing better than what you give Cleveland a lot of credit, but I knew we were capable of playing better than what we were playing. And so I was fighting with myself inside to not explode because it just didn't warrant that situation. In San Antonio, against San Antonio in the championship game, I exploded. And so it depends for me on the feel for the players, the time, the game, flow of the game. And sometimes I hope one of those guys steps up and says something. But I tried to be pretty even-keeled today. I knew the group was trying. They just couldn't get it going. And so I tried to encourage them more today than anything else as the game went along, especially when we got down late, while trying to find different combinations that may be able to jumpstart us or get us going. So it all depends on the game and feel.
Mike, how would you describe the quality of this win when you consider it was your largest comeback of the year? It's Christmas Day, you're down by 17, and you will this game.
It's one of our best wins, of the year. Obviously, maybe our best because of the circumstances. Again, 12 o'clock start. I mean, it was just all types of stuff that make this game funky. But for our guys to keep battling and not get all out of sorts, because in games like that, especially with good teams, I mean, there could be a lot of bickering and finger pointing, but everybody, again, was like this. Everybody just kept talking about trying to find a way. Looking at the clock, we got a lot of time. Let's try to string 3 stops together. So there was a lot of positive talk amongst the group. And when you have that and you find a way to get it done, you can learn a lot from situations like this. So this was probably one of our, if not our best one, definitely one of our best wins of the year.
Michael, with Mitch, you can make the case you guys have a weapon that maybe one other team in the league has, Steven Adams of Houston. You come in here all the time, just kind of wow whenever he does things like that. What is it? Just something you've never seen before? Is it just being able to see it up close and personal? Like, why are you always so kind of in wow about what he does?
Mainly seeing it up close and personal like this, because again, with all the guys, you see him from afar and you think certain things about him and you think, okay, he's this type of player, that type of player, he has this type of attitude or personality, and then when you get around him and you actually see how effective he is in certain areas, when you don't think he should be, not that effective, you're just like, wow. You can't teach that. You can talk about technique and playing hard and all that stuff you want, but there's just some stuff that guys or people have or players have that you can't teach, and what he has, I wish I could say I was his rebounding coach, but I'm not.
Do you have an update on Josh at all?
I don't. He may. Do you? Okay. Yeah, I don't.
And with Tyler, is he showing you something just in terms of, hey, I know not only can I play this guy, but give him the ball in clutch situations and let him do his thing?
For sure. I'd spoken about that earlier. He's got to be over the top with his toughness. And I'll say this: when we were in Minnesota at halftime, he was 3 for 10 from the floor, and I went at him in front of the whole group. And, I can't say everything that I said, but in a nutshell, I said, you've taken 10 shots, the second most on this team, and you only made 3. And 3 or 4 of those shots were air balls. If you're going to take that many shots, you got to make some. So he goes 6 for 12 after, in the second half. He's got 11 rebounds for the game and 8 assists. I was hot, and he walks by me and he looks me in my eye and he goes, I made shots. And he walked off. It made me smile inside, but I was like, you little But that's the type of toughness, cockiness, however you want to call it, nastiness, that he's got to show, not just to me. I want him to show. I need to feel him like that. But everybody else does on every single play.